Hi, Abhi. Hi, Shreya. Good morning.
Hi Ratnesh, good morning. Yes, I can join now.
I'm sorry for that. It's a Zoom problem, actually.
Okay.
Venkat is also in. So, Avi or Avi Rami, what's your name actually? Avi is fine. Yeah, stop your video. Yeah, Avi, right? Let's wait for Venkat to in. Mm,
I think he dropped off.
yeah, yeah. Give me one. Give him one more minute. This is the first day, right? Those things will be there actually.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And it's too early, kind of, early morning actually for
But
everyone. For every.
you know,
uh,
Ratnesh, I have to leave by 9 because my office is getting started now.
yeah,
So
yeah.
to reach
We'll finish.
office,
We'll finish by 9. Don't worry.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So tomorrow we'll be in more disciplined, right? We'll be joining by 8, logging up by 9. Okay.
Uh,
Yes, yes. Yeah.
It's 5:45 in the morning here.
Oh my God. Namaste, India. So she's in Qatar actually, Shreya. Think about
okay,
her.
okay.
Yeah.
So if
So
you don't mind, can you arrange in evening?
evening not possible. US client, right?
Okay,
US client. Yeah. So I'm also working, right?
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think 1.5 hours difference is there, right? Avi?
Yeah, 2.5 actually. Yeah.
2.5. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Too much, too much. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I
So,
have to get up by I'll get up by 6 because my office is like 8 o'clock. So I just
uh,
uh, get up in 1 hour early.
uh,
Then
right,
yeah.
right. So you're finishing, like you have to go office. So you're finishing your training before office.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
Because I know, like in Dubai or in Qatar, those places of is work from home or office?
No. No. Office.
Yeah,
It's
Office.
a
because
mandatory office.
Yeah,
offices
Shreya.
get started now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Every company is calling, come to office,
Yeah.
and especially for what I have seen, for the female employees, the work from
Yeah.
home is like, is a boon actually,
Yeah,
kind
yes,
of.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
if our parents is with us, right? So it will be very easy.
Mhm.
Unless and until if we are alone, it will be very difficult.
Right, right. So, Avi, what is your native language? Is it Telugu or different?
No, it's Malayalam and Tamil. Uh,
Malayalam and Tamil. Okay, okay.
uh,
So we'll keep, talking English. How much comfortable are with
yeah.
Hindi?
Hindi, I can read and write. I just can't like I can understand a little bit, but uh, I can't get fluently.
Okay, don't take a stress. We'll keep continuing English. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Let's wait for
Yeah.
Banket actually. Yeah, I think he's joining now. Hmm. And Shreya, yours is Marathi, right? Native language?
Yes, I'm Marathi, Hindi.
Okay, okay.
Actually, my native is Kannada, but I can't speak.
Okay, okay. Okay, so Banket Garu joined with audio.
Yes, brother.
Good morning, sir. You are late, sir. There will be penalty for you.
Yeah. That I tried to log in.
So from tomorrow, be on time. So
Yes.
Okay.
let's get started with introduction actually to understand the audience and how we can going to set our goal, to achieve this cloud security destination actually, right? So my name is Ratnesh. I'm having 15 plus years of experience in IT, and currently working with one of the actual MNC company in Hyderabad. And my the secure cloud company is like providing cloud security, cyber security, information security trainings across the globe. And I started this company in 2019, so almost 3+ years completed in the training line. And yeah, that's it. Mr. Banket, over to you, sir. Brief introduction, sir. And what is your expectation from this training?
I'm also having almost 18 years of experience in IT. I'm an
Hmm.
SAP basis administrator of almost 13 years. Now into cloud environment,
Hmm.
I'm taking care of some of the migrations and also this Java part, Java integration, web
Hmm.
methods and cloud integrations like that. And the ESB and ETL is the main core. I'm working on it.
Transactional business. Okay, got it. Transactional one.
Mm,
Okay, and what
yeah.
is your preferred cloud, sir? Banket.
I want to be a cloud engineer at the
No.
security level.
What is your preferred CSP actually? To be bit more precise on the question. Yeah.
to to
Azure,
move to the
AWS, Google. Anyone? Just take the name.
yeah, Azure is the major one.
Azure. Okay. Avi, over to you. Thanks, Venkat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Abhi. I'm from actually Tamil Nadu. So my husband is working here. So I just moved to Qatar. I do have close to 6 years of experience in IT. I have worked as an system engineer, like server management, VMware, and VMware deployment of VMs, troubleshooting, configuration part. So right now in Qatar, I have moved to system security consultant. So I just want to know more about security thing kind of a stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Avi. What is your preferred cloud actually?
Azure, because after this
Hmm.
VMware, my company is actually moving to cloud. So after
Hmm.
1 year, like after 6 months, so it will be very useful if I join now. Yeah.
Once again, one more salute to you. You're joining very early morning, right? For that actually.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
Venkat, you are in Hyderabad or in Malaysia?
I'm in Malaysia, man.
Okay, Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, got it. So +57 is your number.
No. +60 is my number.
+60. Okay, one message I got +57. Okay, thanks. Over to you, ma'am, Shreya.
Hi, my name is Shreya Gadve. I have near about 7 years of experience in IT. I had worked on QA for near about 4+ years, and last recently from 2 to 3 years I am in security domain. So currently I'm working as a security consultant in Laureate Information Technology in Mumbai. So my role is like means a development perspective. I need to be code review. So it's kind of a code review tool. Currently I'm working on Micro Focus tool. So and I previously means I have like a 3 to 4 months experience in cloud security, like by managing the IAM roles and by guard duty and using some part of the guard duty. I have worked on AWS cloud. So my goal is to become cloud security engineer now.
Yes, sounds good. And what is your preferred cloud?
AWS.
AWS. The reason, thank you, Shreya. The reason
Yeah.
behind why I'm asking those preferred cloud, because see, cloud security is mix of Azure, AWS, and Google Cloud. Actually, you never know. You are going to new project. You are going to jump into new company. What kind of
Okay.
project you are going to get? That will depend what cloud you have to work on. Actually, so
Okay.
I will be trying to cover all the three clouds actually: Azure plus AWS plus GCP. So
Okay.
because I will be covering the security piece of it, right? So for
Uh-huh.
me, it will be quite easy. But if someone has preferred cloud Azure, need not to worry about that. If you are going to know about AWS cloud security, it's a win-win situation for you all, right? Because
Mhm.
it is going to get add-on value on your resume in your technical your tech spec, and it is going to help you into down the line when you are going to work with, because so no company is working on single cloud, right?
Mm.
Suppose one company is working on AWS, 100% chances of being secondary cloud player as Azure or Google Cloud also. So those things are very common nowadays for all the companies, because there should not be dependencies on there should not be any dependencies on single cloud, right? And my preferred cloud is Azure plus AWS plus GCP. And coming to the certification part, I'm already certified on Azure, AWS, and Google Cloud architecture plus security, and all the latest certification from the Google, Amazon, and Azure. But as per market standard, I will advise Azure is gaining market more in compared to AWS nowadays, Shreya. Okay. So coming to the switch, if you're talking about new switch, more job into Azure cloud security. Okay. So nothing
Okay.
harm to learn Azure also, because
Mhm.
in new job, in new opportunity, you are going to get more Azure actually, because Azure security is awesome. Okay.
Okay.
When I'm telling
Okay.
Azure security is awesome, because Microsoft has its own tools, right? And
Okay.
those tools, Amazon is a very old cloud player in the market. They don't have that kind of tool. I will take example of two example actually here. You know, PIM and PAM, right? So what AWS is using PIM and PAM solution? Any idea?
Ah, sorry, can you repeat? Can you come again?
What PIM or PAM solution AWS is using? They have their own tool or not?
I
That's my
might be
question.
new, but not recognizing now because
Yeah, they are using CyberArk. That's a third party kind of. Okay, this is the AWS, where Azure is using its own PIM solution, privileged identity management, right? Coming to second tool, I'm just highlighting it in advance actually. The SIM solution. You might be aware about the SIM solution, what is used by SOC team especially, right?
yes, yes.
I AWS is too old in the system as the oldest CSP provider. They are still using IVM QRadar or Splunk. They don't have their SIM solution. Shreya,
But they are using ArcSight, right?
ArcSight, IBM, those are third party. Those are not AWS products. Getting my point?
Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Those third party.
ArcSight is Micro Focus, right? Correct.
Yes, right. Where Azure has its own product, Sentinel. Okay. Sentinel is another SIM solution from the Microsoft. Just I'm giving you focus, how the focus from the Microsoft on the security side. Okay. Not a problem. We'll focus on AWS and Azure, and GCP part will be also covered. Don't worry about that, because we have to focus on security.
But
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Ratnesh, I have one concern. If
Mhm,
you think the three different these clouds,
mhm, mhm.
so can we complete within 25 days? That's my question. You might be
See,
feel crazy.
no. So I'm going to cover only security pieces. Don't worry about
Okay,
that. I'm not going to cover
okay.
architecture, cloud architecture. Getting my point? So it will
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
pretty much possible, because IAM is same for all the three clouds. Don't worry about that.
Okay, okay,
Similar kind of, identity and access management.
okay.
So uh, the market of the cloud security, or just to understand the cloud security, things. So how much we are aware about the cyber security? Cyber security, like cyber security, information security, and the last not least, take cloud security as well. So Shreya, because you're coming from the cybersecurity background, so question will be for
Mm.
you. What is difference between cybersecurity and information security?
Actually, in information security, it's like means risk and compliance strategy will come in information security. Means
Mm-hmm,
as per my knowledge, and in cyber security, like red team, blue team, and again
mm-hmm.
purple team will come into the cyber security. So to secure our and all means network infrastructure, it's come under cyber security and
Kind of
information.
IT security, right? IT
Yeah, IT
security,
security and
digital security.
information security,
Mm-hmm,
risk and compliances part
mm-hmm,
like ISO 27001.
mm-hmm.
This kind of compliances comes under information security.
Okay, got it. So let me give one example, and you people have to decide it's come under it fall under information security or cyber
Okay.
security. Here is the example. Suppose I'm sitting in office, I'm printing something, some documents, and that printout is lying at the printer side. The security of that printout will come under which security? Avi.
Information.
Right answer. So, and another example, suppose we have closed OMC or closed office, ODC, and I'm entering into that OMC. And so my colleagues are there, they are just using their access card, and I'm just doing the tailgating, and no human like security guards and all those things are there. That will come under which thing, Mr. Bankit, sir?
Cyber security.
Cyber security and mix of information security also, right? Kind of,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
physical guard will be there, right? So it's a mix of cyber security and information security. And what is cloud security? Cloud security is nothing, it's part of cyber security only. Okay, it's not like working in isolation, it's part of cyber security only, right?
Okay.
So we have
Mm.
many different players in the market. And why this cloud security, buzzing word nowadays? Because due to this COVID-19 situation, right? To 2020, remember March 2020, right? So, the migrating from on-prem to cloud was very slow prior to 2020, right?
Mm.
Because
Mm.
people are okay, we plan in 6 months, we plan in 1 year. The roadmap for all the companies to be cloud first was like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year plan. But this COVID-19 situation came into, and it was like need of hour. Please move to cloud, else your business will be stopped. Getting my point? So that was hurry burry situation, because all the employees were working from home mostly, right? And
Mm.
that was land of rule of law, or whatever you say. Governments enforced to companies, please ask your employees to work from home considering the situation. So what company did, or enterprises did, they migrated their resources from on-premise data center to cloud CSP providers very frequently, in a like hurry burry situation kind of thing was there, right? And
Mm.
I'm very pretty sure you know the VDI. Everyone know the term VDI.
Yeah,
VDI.
virtual desktop infrastructure.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Venkat sir, what is VDI? VDI.
VDA, right?
Yeah, yeah. Virtual machine, virtual desktop. So
Virtual
sitting at
desktop.
home, you're feeling like you're in office itself, because in the VDI you can do everything whatever you want to do, sitting in your your LAN network, in your company network. So that VDI migration happened in those 2020 things. What happened? The workloads from the on-premise get migrated, and up until 50%, 60%, 70% workload got migrated, and nobody is was worried about the security piece, right? Because they know this is the cloud security will be taken care by CSP. Why we need to worry? We are paying to the CSP providers, they have to take care of the security. And from there, even employee become threat for the company, Shreya? Because sitting at home, you do a lot of test, penetration testing sitting at your home on your laptop, office laptop itself. So
Yes, yes.
lot of attacks came. Even see, within your family members, someone got access of your laptop, so they are doing some testing, and so they are, testing your capabilities of your laptop or your office network security. So lot of attacks happen inside by the employee itself of the company. And so if employee is the threat for the company or the enterprises, think about the situation. And hackers outside of the company, they are also, they get more time, more visibility, and they started attacking on the cloud providers, as well as on-premise hybrid environment. So that is the trigger point to buzzword in the security, right? This is COVID-19 situation. Why I'm giving this background? Because this thing is very important for you. Why, these things, like just, escalated like anything actually. So cyber security is like, main umbrella where you are going to get cloud security and everything. Information security is like main baseline, where your all cyber security, cloud security and everything will come under those umbrella, right? And will be managed by CISO, Chief Information Security Officer. Okay, let's jump on our cloud security journey. So hopefully you have to go through with AZ900, or Shreya, for you, you can go AWS also, your architecture if you're not clear. So for the base, I will be also sharing AWS document with you, Shreya, especially for you. Okay.
Okay,
So if you
okay.
want to go through with the architecture, how the I think you, as you already working on, so you are already aware also IM part, compute, So let's get it started. These things we are going to cover for the clouds thing, right? So here I will mention AZ and AWS and GCP. Okay. So there will be no complaint from anyone. You are not covering GCP or AWS. Okay. So likewise. So everything is very common, in nutshell. Okay. So the first piece in security, in any security, like cloud security or on-premise data center security, IAM is very important, right? This IAM piece actually. So what is this IAM? IAM is nothing. It's identity and access management. Okay. So why this identity and access management is important? Just take example, like you have AWS SSO. What is AWS SSO? Shreya?
Single sign-on.
Single sign-on. In the same way, we are going to get in Azure also SSO, right? Single sign-on. In Google also, it's very common. So for Azure, we have AD and Azure AD kind of terminology. This is very common actually. This you can use in AWS also. Okay, it's if it's a hybrid environment. So in identity and access management, you are going to create users, groups to provide access to your resources, right? So what, any other thought on IAM security, anyone? Think about your on-premise data center or your office security, your, personal security kind of, or your cloud security. Any other thought, anyone?
The group policy.
Yeah, group policy, right? GPO
Yeah.
or security policy in AWS, right? Sec policy. Yeah. What else? PIM, PAM. This is also part of IAM only, right? So, Avi, you heard about PIM and PAM?
No, I'm not sure about that.
Privileged identity management, and this PAM is like privileged access management, CyberArk. So one tool is there. what you are using, Shreya, in your AWS? It's CyberArk only or different?
We have used CyberArk previously. Right now,
Mhm.
I'm not into the security cloud, so
Okay, got it,
I
got it.
just used that CyberArk only.
CyberArk, right? So these are just to control your, access. You are, suppose you are a security administrator, so you can only do your security related, activities. You cannot change the HLD or landing zone of the cloud. Getting my point? So all those things will be taken care of by PIM or PAM. What else? Identity and access management. Any thought? So users group will be there, single sign-on will be there, GPO for AD,
Profiles,
security policy for
roles,
AW. Uh-huh.
What?
profiles and
Yes,
roles.
Yeah.
RBAC, right word. So RBAC is nothing, is a role-based access control, Venkat sir. Right thing you highlighted actually. I'm very happy, sir. So role-based access control, it's common for your AWS cloud or your Azure cloud, because without RBAC, you cannot manage your identity, right? Correct? RBAC. And RBAC means least privilege. Why least privilege? Means by using your role-based access control, you are supposed, take example of SAP, right? So as Bankit is coming from the SAP basis background, so he know the RBAC, how things work, there will be different module in SAP, like FICO module, manufacturing module, HR module, right? What kind of access HR module need, SAP basis administrator need. So those things will be controlled by RBAC. Any other things from anyone in identity and access management?
And means I just know and work
Hmm?
on that whatever services we are using in AWS or Azure, we can give the access. Suppose if you want to give the access to someone for the specific services, we can do
Hmm?
that by using the IAM role.
Yes, just take example. Suppose there is a EC2 instance, right? It's a part of compute. Okay. And you have to provide any user U1, this EC2 instance. When you are going to provide access of this compute instance, you have to take that service or roles of compute instance access. Getting my point? In that way, you
Can you,
can control your
uh,
access,
I'm
right?
sorry, can you come again? Can you come again? I'm sorry.
Like this user is U1, okay, you have
Okay.
EC2 instance, you want to provide access to this U1 user to this EC2 instance, then you have to
Mm,
go to the compute instance role actually, the roles,
okay.
the
Okay.
compute instance role. In that way you can manage your roles and identity, means RBAC. Okay,
Okay.
so those
Mm,
things will be more clear when you are going to do the assignments, the lag activities, right?
mhm,
So
mhm.
uh, these are very simple things. Any other thing from anyone in identity and access management? I'm sure everybody must be knowing MFA. Avi, what is
Yeah,
MFA?
yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
Uh, yeah.
Multi-faction authentication.
Multi-factor authentication, and it's very common actually, right? So you are
Mm.
putting your user ID and password. Along with that, you are going to get your OTP, your OTP on your mobile devices or on your mobile application, mobile
Mm.
authenticator kind of. So we have AWS authenticator, we have Microsoft authenticator applications, right?
Mm.
So how the MFA is going to secure, like, so if your user ID and password got compromised by any chance, right, is still nobody can access your services or system by using simply user ID and password. And those user ID and password are really not secure if you're not going through MFA. But yes,
Mm,
security is beyond MFA. Don't worry about that. We are going to discuss all those things. So identity and access management, you go to AWS MFA, you go to AWS SSO, or you have to go to AWS IAM or security policy, roles, groups, all those things, right? So will be common in all cloud players, even in your GCP also. Those things are common. I'm not going to touch upon GCP more because audience is no audience for GCP. Okay. So any clarity on IAM part, what we are going to cover in IAM and what is IAM actually?
Yeah.
So see, remember that your role as a cloud security architect or as cloud security engineer, it's not like you're going to manage the sorry Active Directory or Azure Active Directory or AWS directory. This will be not your role. Okay, don't worry about that. You will be acting as cloud security architect, means you are going to do the auditing, you are going to do the self recommendation or your CSPM tool recommendation. If your identity of CSP, what is CSP, Avi?
No.
Cloud service provider, like ISP,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
CSP, depending on the CSP, if everything is in line, right? MFA is enabled across all the users in AWS directory or Azure directory, right? You have
But
to. Mhm.
in AWS, where it
Hmm.
comes AWS directory?
AWS directory, see, AWS directory is not that mature actually. Getting my point? So that
Mhm.
they have, you are getting your user ID and password management, your policies, all those things come under IAM. Why I'm calling is, you will, that word you will not get commonly, AWS directory. Getting
Yes, yes,
getting
because
my,
I did not heard na. So
yeah, yeah. But why I'm taking that name to relate you with Azure directory.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
When you are going to work in future in hybrid cloud environment, right? So there you are going to get Google directory. Again, you will say, I never heard about Google directory. Yes,
No, no,
it's there. It's
no.
there. And AWS directory is also there. But the right word is like they use IAM, not
Yeah.
directory. But whenever you are going to log into the your AWS console, and you have to relate some with AD or Azure or with Google, right? Then AWS directory will come into the picture. Getting my point? For integration, for for hybrid environment, that directory name will come in the picture. So far, so good. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the IAM part, which is very important, and it is like to control all your access security, right? Okay. So this is kind of introduction of these security things. We are going to into detail of all those things. Okay, from tomorrow. Okay. Any question on identity and access management? Just in introduction only. No deep dive, please. Okay. Let's explore compute. You have EC2 instances. Okay. You have Azure VM and you have virtual instance. Okay.
Mm.
In Google Cloud, and you can also call it EKS, AKS. Those words are very boring for you, might be, but very useful in future. GKE. Okay. So what is compute? Anyone?
Your configuration part, like
Yeah.
configuration of VMs.
Right. CPU. Right.
Yeah.
Your virtual RAM or your storage. Right. So all
Mm.
those comes under your compute. By using those, what you are going to do? You are going to manage your EC2 instances. What is EC2? In AWS, we call it as a VM, virtual machine or server, right? We have Azure VM, another buzzword, this VM, virtual machine. And it's very common in VMware also, Avi,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Virtual
Yeah. Yeah.
machine. So
Yeah.
Microsoft had cheated the same name actually, copy
Uh,
paste, right? And in Google Cloud, virtual instance is there, right? Now I'm coming to container technology. So anybody aware about what is the containers, containerization or containers? Anyone?
In
Or
container means like
microservices?
yeah, we can run different microservices, multiple
Mm-hmm,
microservices in
mm-hmm.
container.
Like
Yes.
in future, that visualization concept will go. Only the containers will be there. Like I've just heard of. I'm not sure if I'm
Okay. And
wrong.
anything from VMware side, which is pop up for the containers? Are you aware about that, Avi?
No, no, no. Like I do know, but I'm not sure about the thing. Uh,
Yes. So
yeah.
just for your information, just to give you a baseline, VMware introduced in 2020 VMware vSphere 7.0.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
web of blinds actually.
Right. And they introduced Kubernetes clusters within the
Huh,
VMware, where you
huh,
can deploy your containers within the
huh,
Kubernetes clusters, because
huh,
you cannot deploy your containers over ESXi. Okay.
huh.
So Shreya, have you ever worked on these microservices or containers deployment or security, something like that?
No, no, no.
No,
Uh,
but you are aware about
but
those
I'm
things, right?
aware, but not work on that
No
because means
problem.
I was the part of the DevSecOps, so I am also know the DevOps how it works, like
Hmm.
Jenkins, Ansible. I
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
but not work on more on that.
And that is your USP. Keep it with you, because that thing going to boom boom in your next switch
Yeah.
actually of your company.
Yes.
Because if you know the container security,
Hmm.
sec DevOps.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It's kind of safe
security
DevOps.
of DevOps, it's like awesome. So lot of crunch in the resource in the market, it's a win-win situation for you. Okay, so let's jump to compute. So in compute, Banket sir, the compute part is clear. What are the things we are going to cover in compute? Any
Yeah, yeah,
questions,
yeah,
sir?
yeah. Yeah.
Like your SAP server, your HANA server, right, sir? DB server,
Yes, yes,
your
yes.
all those, SAP, S4 HANA, all those things we are talking about here. So those are part of
This
compute.
one is containerization also you are going to cover, right?
Yes, sir. It's
Like,
part of the security piece. I'm going to
okay.
cover mostly security piece. Okay.
Yeah, anything is
S-
a quite common, right? Skeleton is the same.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah. So now coming to the security of these compute things. Do you think how important the security is of the compute? Because those VMs, EC2 instances will be created. And this is like just a full form. I don't think you will be remembering. Try to make a notes of it. And after the session, I'm going to share the recording of the Zoom sessions. Not a problem.
Mhm.
But try and make note of it, make a habit of it, because a lot of shortcuts you are going to get in between, right? Here and there. So if you are going to make notes, make one note, or how you are going to make all those things. So recording will be shared for sure. Okay. You can share your mail IDs over the group. I'm going to share the Zoom recording with everyone. Okay. So what is this EKS, Shreya?
EKS
Elastic
Elastic.
Kubernetes services or
Yeah.
container services.
Yes.
Elastic. And next, what is this? Azure Kubernetes services are container services. Okay, those are
Okay.
similar actually, but the nomenclature little different, but similar actually. What is GKE? Google Kubernetes Engine. So one question for everyone: Kubernetes is the product of which CSP? $1 million question. Answers, please.
It is Kubernetes is a separate, right? It is using by some. It is a third party, but
Okay.
using for all the cloud
Thank
services.
you. Thank you. Any other answer? This is not the right answer.
Kubernetes is they are using in Azure and AWS. I'm sure, but
Okay,
it is
no
from
delay.
Google. Google, I guess.
Google,
Yeah,
yes. It's Avi?
yeah.
Okay, so yes, this Google Kubernetes engine, Kubernetes is the product of Google. And Venkat sir, you are also right. What Google did actually, they made it open source, as
Huh.
you highlighted, third party, right? So what if any product, okay guys, another word I'm going to use here, cloud native. What is this cloud native means?
Uh,
Anyone?
the product owned by themselves? I'm not
CSP,
sure.
yes, right.
Yeah.
CSP, any product, any service is owned by the cloud service provider itself, that is known as cloud native. So,
Mm.
do you know what is the demerits of cloud native products? Demerits.
They can't be given to other, like they can be
Mhm,
outsourced.
mhm. Any other thought? I'm not directly asking the question, you know. So, what is the demerits of any CSP products, cloud native products? See, Azure don't want to use any product of AWS. The simple thing, right? Logical thinking. And Google don't want to use any Azure security product. Getting my point? They
Mm.
they will be using any third party, but never they will try this IBM cloud, Azure cloud,
Mm.
because everyone is competitor. Getting my point?
Mm. Mm.
So they don't want to use that. But what Google did, Google made it open source, Kubernetes.
Mm.
And now this Kubernetes product as a project is used by all the CSP nowadays and more popular, right? So that
Mm.
is the open source product line with all the services. So this Kubernetes is going to automate your container, you know, containerization, your deployment kind of orchestration part will be covered by the Kubernetes for the container services. Coming to the security of the compute, so your OS should be secure in compute. OS will come under compute, right?
Mm.
What do you think? What are all security is required for OS? Anyone?
Uh,
Any OS,
and
Yeah,
antivirus,
any OS. Yeah, any OS.
any OS can
Antivirus.
be.
Yeah, antivirus. Yeah. What other things? Very
uh,
good.
patch
Malwares,
management.
malwares.
Yes, yes. That's it. If you are covering antivirus, Venkat sir, and your patch management, what else you need? Any other security from OS side? Anyone?
Mm.
Malware protection.
What else?
Monitoring tool.
Mm-hmm. Monitoring.
Firewall,
Yes, monitoring is also important, sir. Yeah,
firewall also comes under the same, right? Firewall.
yeah. Okay, let's make it precise only because everything will be applying in the compute only, right? So no security will be remaining. Let's talk about antivirus and patch only for now, okay?
Mm.
Because
Mm.
everything we cannot apply on compute only, okay? So antivirus is very important. Your AV should be installed on your OS, right?
Mm.
Which will provide
Mm.
security to your operating system. Coming to the patches, which is more important. Suppose
Mm.
you are using any Linux EC2 instance or EC2 Linux one, right? Or and you are using Azure VM, any Windows server, right?
Mm.
So you need all the critical patches installed on your EC2 instances and Azure VM.
Mm.
Else, it's come under vulnerability management, right? If any patch is not installed, there will be tools in which will be going to scan all your servers or Azure VMs or EC2 instances, and it will be reported as a vulnerable patched or misses, right, from those VMs or servers,
Mm.
right? So
Mm.
antivirus is there, patch management there, and patch management is very critical, and that will be that will be part of all your things actually. Getting my point?
Mm.
So
Mm.
what else on your Azure VM or EC2 instances do you think? Hmm? Any other thought?
Software, application softwares which should be used on the OS.
Hmm. Anybody heard about BitLocker?
Okay, yeah. Forgot.
BitLocker?
Yeah, it's an
What is?
encryption for the
Uh-huh.
drive.
Nicely, right. So actually, I'm sorry, we all are using our office laptop, right?
Hmm.
And that laptop is secured by BitLocker. Mostly, I have seen. Mostly people,
Hmm.
companies are using BitLocker. What is the benefit of that BitLocker, Shreya?
Uh, I can't say, means I know, but I'm not recognizing the term.
Venkat sir, no force.
No, I also not aware of that
Okay, Avi,
BitLocker.
go ahead, Avi, go ahead.
Like for the drives, even
Mm-hmm,
if your laptop is like theft or something, they cannot encrypt your drive. Like they cannot take information from your
mm-hmm,
drive. It's an uh, when you put BitLocker,
mm-hmm.
your drive is encrypted.
Yes. Suppose your laptop got stolen. Someone has stolen your laptop, right? So in that case also, there will be loss of asset, your physical asset, laptop asset. But nobody can decode or decrypt your data, which is lying in your laptop. Because for companies, for enterprises, data is more important than asset. Asset cost will be 50,000 INR, 1 lakh, mostly 150. But data is like, anything. Getting my point? So the BitLocker is installed on all the laptop to secure the drives, the data. Now, coming to your EC2 instance or your Azure VM is hosted into CSP data center.
Hmm.
Getting my point?
Hmm.
Microsoft data center or Amazon data center.
Hmm.
Can you rely on those CSP providers on your data? Can you rely as a company? No. See,
Hmm.
we are not relying in your family members. Getting my point? Right. So just uh, on lighter note, so how you're going to provide be assured, hey, it's a Microsoft, hey, it's
Hmm.
Amazon, Google, those people are ethical people, those ethical companies, they don't going to play with the data. You never know, Google is also managed by the employees only, right? Like us.
Hmm.
Yeah, Amazon is also managed by employees only, right? Resources. How you can rely on a cloud service provider or any provider? So it's your data which is lying in your EC2 instances or Azure VM or server, which is lying in their data center. So now we call it EC2 disk encryption or Azure VM disk encryption. Anybody heard about disk encryption? Azure VM disk encryption or EC2 disk encryption? The same concept like BitLocker, right?
Hmm.
If
Hmm.
your VM's data is secure, you have to make sure that it's secure. You have to make sure that encryption is already there, right? Clear?
Hmm.
Any doubt?
Once again, can you repeat that?
What is your understanding till now? Then I'm going to repeat it, sir. What is your understanding on disk encryption, Azure disk encryption, or EC2 disk encryption?
In the encryption and decryption, only the thing I know that one.
Mm-hmm.
When
See, if your Azure, take example of Azure VM, right? It's lying in a Microsoft data center,
yes,
and there will be drive, C drive, D drive, V drive on those servers or VMs, right?
yes, yes, yes,
What about the data which is lying into those drives? How you're going to secure those data? By encryption, right? Disk
yes,
encryption.
yes,
So even that those VMs accessible to those, even they cannot access those VMs because RBAC is role is applied. Everything is in place. Somehow, if they got access of those VMs, they cannot decode your data, which is lying in your different drives. Okay,
okay, okay.
clear?
Yeah, okay, okay, okay. That is called
Fine.
BitLocker, right?
Bit this is the one of the product BitLocker. There are many products. There are many companies. So just example, why I have taken BitLocker? Because BitLocker is very common. Everyone is using companies are using on their laptops. So guys, with respecting the time 9, because Shreya has to join her office, right? So I will stop here. Okay.
Okay.
And because many things need to be covered there, right? I will start from networking tomorrow. Okay. And I'm going to share you the decks, the PPT decks. And also I will request you all create your free subscription in AWS. It's not everyone. Shreya, you can create AWS subscription in AWS cloud. Okay.
Yes.
And rest like Venkat and Avi, you can create your Azure subscription, free subscription. $200 you're going to free from the Microsoft. I'm going to share all those links. Okay. You can create your account, and parallelly we are going to do the hands-on labs within the session or offline, because everything we cannot cover in this in 1 hour. Remember that. You have to also do a lot of things offline. Okay. So in cut short, I'm just wrapping up here. Share your mail IDs over the WhatsApp. I'm going to share the recording of Zoom and signing off. See you tomorrow on time, 8 a.m.
Yes.
IST.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.